Stamford Bridge is under the lights as Chelsea are under the spotlight tonight as the third international break of the season sets in. Post tonight's match, Chelsea are looking to go into that on a high. Wednesday night's long trip to Azerbaijan against Karabakh was a rather disappointing night. Just over 72 hours after that match, it's back to Premier League matters with Wolves coming to Stamford Bridge. Chelsea make 9 changes as a result of that draw in the Champions League. The only ones to retain their places are Robert Sanchez and Marc Cucurella from Wednesday night, plus Pedro Neto will start against his old side as there had been doubts as to his fitness levels, but he is deemed well enough to play. Plus Liam Delap, notably sent off in the last fixture against Wolves, starts up front and just for the third time in the Premier League, and plus it's also a first appearance in the top flight too since August. Well, this is a chance for Chelsea, should they win tonight, to go second in the Premier League table, albeit potentially overnight, with the side who they could leapfrog in Manchester City playing against the champions Liverpool tomorrow. Is now Alejandro Garnacho's ball into play, and Santiago Bueno takes down the Argentine, and Chelsea have got themselves a very early free kick in a very ominous position. It is Enzo, and strikes it, and Sam Johnston gets a hand to it as he's able to push it out for the first corner of the game.
Well, it's a save he should make, but he moves his feet very quickly there. It's going into the top corner, but it's actually stood right behind that as it's going in there. He moves his feet well and just flicks it over that far post.
Now with Fofana, as you expect, Chelsea dominating possession in the early stages. One though by Andre. And then Chelsea quickly win it back as Enzo finds Garnacho, who is denied by Sam Johnston. Here is Neto, the Wolves defence know all about him. He does, though, get that ball in, and it's Krejci away as the visitors at the moment are struggling to get out. Gusto. On by Pedro, hit by Cucurella, and it's actually deflected off his own player as Enzo was trying to just flick that in. He had to think quickly, and he's nearly found a way through. Looks up and spots the run of Jackson Tachu, who's a flying machine down that right side, and it's forced Sanchez to come out and bravely get a hand to the cross.
Wolves fans are incensed, especially they will be if Chelsea score from this.
Garnacho getting it in, Johnston getting a hand to it, Enzo hitting it, and getting a save out of Sam Johnston, who was quick to push it away and deny Enzo once more. Well, there were glimmers in that first half, albeit small ones, that they could do it, and that's a good example of Neto getting on the deck, looking for Delap, but beaten to it by Ladislav Krejci. But immediately as you say that, Pedro Neto goes and does that.
Well, I rest my case, Your Honour. That's exactly what we needed.
On toward Garnacho. Taken on to Chua again. Cross does go in towards Malo. An unexpected goal scorer puts Chelsea into the lead, and it's Malo Gusto who finally opens his Premier League account for Chelsea, and finally Chelsea have broken through past the stubborn Wolves defence.
Yeah, we don't know who it comes from or where it comes from, but I have to say Garnacho does great. Been frustrated with him not going to the byline, not taking on the defender, and this time he cuts in field, thinks a great ball to the far stick. Malo Gusto there in oceans of space, nobody picks him up, he drifts into that area, no one's aware where he is. It's a simple header towards the far post. Sam Johnston no chance, and now all of a sudden the referee's just looking, I'm not sure, no, he looks at VAR, I think VAR were looking at it, because I wasn't sure myself that he wasn't offside, because he looked as though he had so much space in that 6-yard box, but the referee's gone, no, it's a goal.
Score Gusto is found onto Joao Pedro. It's a lovely back heel into Liam Delap. Straight at Sam Johnston, who holds on. On now towards Garnacho. Onside into Joao Pedro. Took a touch there, which maybe he didn't need to do. Not over yet, though. Lovely spin by Enzo into Liam Delap. And it's nearly turned into his own net. From Ladislav Krejci, crucially got the touch because it stopped Delap getting a touch on towards the goal. Enzo struggling to think about where to put it next. Caicedo, we know he can hit them from there. Here is now Esteval. He can bring some magic. Across it goes, it's deflected. Joao Pedro! Oh! He smashes it home! Joao Pedro, just like he did at Spurs 7 days ago, finds the back of the net, and Chelsea have a 2-goal lead.
Created by that little magician. Wow, what a player he is. He'll be one hell of a player when he's 19 years old. I've got to tell you, he brings a smile to everybody's face. It was a great little ball played in behind. And again, he's gone at defenders. He's got in the penalty box. There's one thought in his mind. And you're fearless as an 18-year-old. You go, I want to go at you. I'm going to create a problem for you. He gets to the byline, drags the ball back to the 6-yard box. Joao Pedro's there and smashes it into the roof of the net. I mean, a fantastic chance. But again, this little man, he hasn't got a lot on there. All he does is get himself in the box. Then he goes, I'm going to beat you. Doesn't get to the byline, maybe a yard off the byline. But it's a great ball, pinned back, and a great finish from Joao Pedro.
Well, he usually does at least miss one chance a game, does Joao Pedro, but then a chance like that he gets, he buries. Now Enzo, we know where he's going, and finds Garnacho. Oh. Look at that pace from Garnacho. Still he goes on, he will play it to Pedro Neto! It just had to be him, didn't it? Wolves fans used to sing Pedro Neto's name, and given once upon a time he was once of their own, now donning the blue of Chelsea, has hit his old side where it hurts, and it's now 3-0, and the lead is even more handsome now.
Again, it's a great break on that left-hand side, and great pace from Garnacho. I hadn't actually seen this in him. But he takes on the defender there and leaves him dead. Bueno had no chance of sticking with him. Then he had the intelligence to look up, slide the ball on the 6-yard box, simple tap-in for Pedro Neto, and now it looks a very comfortable victory. But 52 minutes in, mate, it wasn't looking like this, Matt.
Well, they really have in this second half stepped up. They've showed their class, showed their worth of these Chelsea players. And Garnacho picking out Pedro Neto really does just get a whole lot worse for Wolves. They really didn't want to see the sight of that man. Here is now Esteval onto Joao Pedro. Is this the 4th goal? Sam Johnston saves, spills it, and it's off the post from Mark Guiu. And he could have got a 4th for his side, and a goal so soon after coming on. Chalobah getting a foot in. Well, job done. And Blues will go into the final international break of this calendar year with a win in the bag. They got all their goals in the second half, a much changed and different performance from the first half. Goals came from Malo Gusto, his first in just under 70 Premier League appearances for Chelsea, put them in front. Joao Pedro followed up his strike against Tottenham by adding the second by a convincing finish, and the man just in front of him on your screen, Pedro Neto, would add the third against his old side, as that would be the one that would really sting the most in terms of the Chelsea goal scorers to those Wolves fans. But Chelsea, after the disappointing draw in Azerbaijan that they got just over 72 hours ago, they follow it up in the very next game with a convincing second half display against bottom of the Premier League in Wolves. Full time at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 3, Wolves 0.